I got some ideas, I got some pals, let's get together and pitch some games. Next, let's get into Densetsu no Starfy, or The Legend of Starfy, as we have come to see it in America. And when I say come to see it in America, we've only seen one game in this series. So basically, this series is you're like a little starfish kind of dude, and it is even more kid-friendly than Kirby. So if you can imagine cute adorable. Times like 10, and super simplistic. That you do like little spin attacks, and if you do too many, his eyes twirl around, and it's very cute, but there's not much to it. It's not hard at all. It was originally made for the Game Boy Color, but then it was canceled, and then the first game actually came out for the Game Boy Advance. There's 3 Game Boy Advance games, and there is 1 DS game. And the last DS game to come out, or the last game to come out for the DS, was the only one that we got, called The Legendary Starfy, which is funny because they added an R to the name. So it's called Staffy in Japan, and they added an R here, so it's the Legendary Starfy. Because I imagine that they're like, clearly they mean star, right? Well, it's star, not Staffy. Did they just forget to name him?
How the kana for it was written out, but they could have had it be Staffy. So you could have the R there technically, but since Japanese don't like having the hard consonants together,
star.
It would just they'd have to add another vowel in there, so it'd have to be like Starfy, but Starfy.
Yeah. I just imagine like the American branch is like, what the fuck is wrong with Japan? That's not how you spell star. That's how you spell star. Stupid Japan! This is why we don't make these games. Reggie's in his office, like throwing shit against the wall. So yeah, 2009 was when that game came over here, and it's been a while. And I dabbled with ports of the Game Boy Advance game, and I've seen a little bit of the DS game, and I just have no affinity of it. I understand why that was the only game to come over here, just because it's nothing special. I mean, it's a cool character, sure, but he doesn't do anything really, you know? There's nothing. It's for kids. It's where Kirby is my first platformer. This is like my first game ever. It's like junior. It's not kindergarten. Actually, no. Saying Kirby is kindergarten is kind of a detriment, I think, to Kirby, because it is challenging in some parts.
This is pre-K.
This is just This is nothing, and I don't want to like mock it because it's you know, it's had its time in Japan, and I don't really know how it does over there.
It must do pretty well. I mean, it's
you know,
they could 7 games, right?
4.
All right.
Clearly, someone wasn't listening to me. But no. Yeah, maybe
Japan likes what Japan likes.
Maybe it was. Maybe there was more. It's kind of confusing. It's not 7. It might be 5. And not sure if Starfy 4 was the same as our Starfy.
Well, you know what? You know what needs to happen to revive this series? Have him cameo in The Next Mother.
He would fit in it just because he's so happy and stuff. Or even like Smash Brothers, like just like an assist trophy or something like that. I don't know. He can work as like a character that's a nice little Easter egg for people that know about him in like a crossover type of game like Smash Brothers. But I don't think he really needs to be revived. I mean, I on this whole list of Nintendo properties, so far we've talked about, you know, bringing most of them back, but I don't think Starfy fits really anywhere where he should come back. And, you know, if he does come back, maybe you just refine the mechanics and actually do something special with him instead of making it just so So simplistic.
Maybe have
but,
them be an educational
yeah, I
game,
mean-
but a fun educational game.
I feel maybe it is for how to play games, but I don't know. If this property dropped off the face of the earth, I would not.
And the
I would not blink
CEO
an
of
eye.
Nintendo begins to cry.
So, yeah, this will be our shortest episode of this ever, just because I felt I promised to do every single Nintendo property and talk about where we want them to go, but I just
yeah,
have
I don't
no
know.
ideas for this thing.
It's a hard
And,
property to think of. I mean, you don't want to take it out of what they're doing because he's just so cute and adorable, and you don't want. I feel like
You don't want to stab
you
him to
need
death at the
protect
same
this
time.
one's innocence. He doesn't need to like be put on the mean streets of freaking Vice City and
Give him guns. Make his fat edges pointy and have him just stab people. Make him into a throwing star. Oh, Shay. What if the next game for the 3DS or even the Wii U? I think the 3DS would be better. And you're a kid, some random wide-eyed boy or girl, and you're walking down the street or the beach, and you see this thing in the sand, and it's Starfy, and he's all battle damaged, and the kid's like, oh no, then like ninjas come to attack him, and then Starfy's like, aha! And then he uses him as a weapon. And I think it could still be pretty cute if he uses him as a weapon, and maybe have him be anthropomorphic, where he can like turn into different things. So he's a star, he's like a cannonball.
He fuses with the kid, so the kid becomes a star ninja.
Well, he can give him powers, or just he can make it new weapons. So like a Kirby approach, where Kirby turns into, gets the powers from things he eats. This Starfy thing just gains powers, I don't know, for each point of his thing. Like, he has like a little condom that goes onto each point, and each little condom gives him a new ability. I don't know why it gives him an ability. I say condom only because I can't think of what else you would call something that goes over, like a tip. A sleeve, yeah. I like condom better. So he finds used condoms in the alleyways, and he gives it to him, and he gets a new STD, and the STD gives him a new power.
The kid finds the starfish. Well, because Starfy's dying, Starfy bonds with the kid, so he becomes the next Starfy, which is Starfy Kid.
Oh shit, he like fuses with his back.
Yeah.
Like Iron Man with his chest.
Then the...
Or maybe the kid's dying and Starfy has to save him.
Starfy
by, like,
grants
fusing
wishes, because he's a star! See?
Yeah. Yeah, this can work. See, this is why we're doing this series, to help Nintendo. See, when all is lost, Nintendo's like, what the fuck do we do with this thing? Here we are, Shay and Tristan.
Hey, they brought up this idea about Starfy being a star. He grants wishes. That's dynamite!
Yeah, he has a they give him condoms or something.
We'll give him hats. He'll look like a jester.
What if we made Alicia shoot Larry with Starfy?
He'll be Larry's like special friend.
He can have sex with 5 girls at the same time, a point for each hole. Yeah, I think that was actually a good idea between the kid and the boy, because that would actually make it so...
You'll be playing the kid, so... And,
it gives it a new character, and someone that can talk and not have to be like... I don't know, I mean, there was dialogue, but it was all underwater, and like I said, there wasn't like... I don't want to degrade it, because it wasn't like a bad game, it just wasn't exciting, nothing like happened, And there wasn't there ain't no challenge, no anybody got time for this. I'm getting tired, but I think Condom Starfy could work.
But yeah, just to make it more open, you can have it be a boy or a girl. Fusion.
You do the Pokemon realm where you can be anybody.
Boy Starfy, Kid Starfy, Starfy Kid. Starfy grows into a
Kid Starfy.
King Starfy.
Kid Starfy, Russ.
That's the point. Starfy's got
Kid
to collect
Starfy.
enough wishes so he can become king of the underwater world.
Maybe they should just do Kid Icarus and that.
Yeah.
Kid Icarus should find him.
You know what else they should do? They should.
And he's a star. He could,
God, they
What?
should let Sega handle this because you know why? It could become the new Billy Hatcher. Kookaloo!
Alright, on that note, we're definitely ending this one right here. Starfy Hatcher, no Densetsu, Kamen no desu.